Yo, what's good, everybody? What time is it? We got my man Sans Group Collectibles already in the building. My man Stu Dog to my right or to my left, depending on whatever the computer's doing at the moment. And yeah, so we got some fly shit today, Stu. What's good, man? What's cracking with you?
He-Man.
That's right.
He-Man. The
He the
most
man.
powerful man in the universe. I
So
got
they
the
do.
power. Like Snap.
Like this lighter doesn't have.
Your lighter don't have the
Come here,
power.
you son of a bitch.
Your lighter don't have the power. Like Snap.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, He-Man is all the hype right now. I mean, it's
I had a lot of people like, yo, I didn't know that, or like, yeah, man, I forgot that was on. I'm like, nah, bro, this shit don't release till Friday. This
right.
don't drop till Friday. We got the inside scoop, whoop de whoop, and I don't know if I'm supposed to shout out the homie that I got the scoop from or not. I don't know the etiquette on that. I think I'm gonna. Man, did we say? I think I'm gonna. Yeah, we. Okay, so it's obviously it's Comic Crusaders. All right, and happy Wu-Tang Wednesday to everybody. But we got Comic Crusaders. My man Al Mega is the capo, the boss of it all. But my man Klep from Klep CX on YouTube is the movie reviewer, kind of show reviewer extraordinaire of our wonderful Comic Crusaders team. So my man got the scoop. They shot him, Netflix hit him off with the early copies of the joint. They hit him off with all 5 episodes of season 1, to do a review. And so that's what we are doing. We were able to screen it, and we are now able to talk about it on today's date. There's an embargo. You're not allowed to talk about it until the 21st. Of course, the show doesn't come out till Friday, but they don't want you to have too much, put it out there too early. You know what I mean?
Right. Which is lame.
Is lame. Well, I can't say it's lame because they got to protect their thing, and I get that. I don't want and we would never divulge, anything like that if whenever we're blessed with that opportunity to have that early look. We have to resist at all costs. We cannot talk about it. It's like being on jury duty. You cannot talk about the case. You know what I mean? So it's
right. We gotta do it. But no, I mean it's lame that it's coming out on Friday, man. They should have just let that go Monday or Tuesday, man. Let us rock out,
And you so you were lucky enough to you've got a homeboy that you can't talk about that was able to show you some of the scenes, some of the show, right? You've seen a good portion of it.
Yeah, I had a hookup.
Nice.
The person in question that hooked me up goes by the name of the Dark Movie Goer. So the dark movie goer, yeah. That's my man. That's my man. Shout out to him. You know what I mean? He's on Instagram as the Shaded One. So, look him up on Instagram. You know what I mean, see if you can get in touch with him. But he did it. I mean, I'm glad I got Instagram so I can do all this. But it was dope. What I seen was dope.
What just happened? Hold on. We had like 18 people in here, and now it's 3. I hope we didn't scare them off. Oh, maybe they're like, whoa, no spoilers. I don't know. That was crazy. We got like 3 people. Where'd y'all go?
They'll be back. I don't know. Maybe it's
a storm. I think
it was a storm where they're at.
Word up. So, yeah, I mean, people are creeping back in, so you never know.
I read an article, Reno, about He-Man before it came out. And the article stated that from, I guess, what they saw or were led to believe, that it was like Teela was going to be like this woke woman who becomes He-Man, and that the whole thing had nothing to do with He-Man. Like it was just it wasn't about He-Man. It was more about Teela.
No, I was seeing all those articles.
Right.
Everybody was, they were building it up, the whole rumor thing with the rumor mill, and
well, you seen more of it. Now you saw more of it than I did. So what is your take on the whole thing?
I don't feel like they did anything that people were speculating that it was going to be. I feel like it was Tila because she's a character that it would make sense. She's one of the Man at Arms. He's an old dude. Like, it wouldn't have made sense for him to be the star of the thing. And the whole premise of the thing is He-Man gets killed by Skeletor, gets murdered, and while they're trying to sort of save Eternia, and there's this one flicker of magic left in Eternia, and they've got to save that. And Skeletor murders He-Man. They come back, it's very dramatic. They tell the king and the queen, Prince Adam's Man at Arms comes and he tells Prince Adam's parents, the king and queen, that hey, He-Man has fallen. Like, he succumbed in the battle with Skeletor. And right away the mom breaks down. She can't take it. And, the king, he's like, oh man, like that sucks. We lost our champion, man, And she's like, no, you don't understand. We lost our son. He's like, what? The king didn't know that Prince Adam was He-Man. So when he heard He-Man died, it didn't shock him because he didn't know that's Prince Adam. He didn't know that was his son. So it's very dramatic in that way. Like, we find out that, or rather the king finds out that his son is dead, or finds out that He-Man is his son, and then finds out that he's dead at the same time. Terrible way to find out. And yeah, so then the movie, now we've got Tila and Man at Arms, and Tila's like, I'm sick of this shit, because she's mad that she wasn't told. She's the only one, not just the king. She's one of the only other ones that didn't know Prince Adam was He-Man. Everyone knew. Man at Arms knew, the queen knew, and the king is mad at the queen for not telling him, but he banishes the Man at Arms for not telling him and for letting his son get killed. You know what I mean? So it's very dramatic. It's very serious and in dark tones. It's not.
Yes, you're very mature. Yeah, very mature. So it's a whole different. Because the original He-Man, it wasn't as mature as this one.
Not at all.
It had a little.
This is more like the comics as far as the violence and the maturity. I mean, people are getting killed in this thing.
Yes, the artwork is superb, top notch.
My God, phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it was more on the lines of Voltron, and I really like Voltron. I give Voltron a big thumbs up.
Yeah, the reboot. Yeah,
the reboot for Voltron.
I mean, the art's incredible. The animation studio, the actual animation of the art is top notch. The acting is top notch. The writing is top notch. It's a great piece. It had nothing. It was not no woke woman. Tila is the new He-Man. Tila has the power now. It was not that at all. So, you guys, this is coming from a guy that you've heard me many times speak out against that wokery, that SJW, that cancel culture, that, manipulating and using their agenda to manipulate, the mediums that we love and all of that. And I'm telling you, this is Reno Noir telling you, it's not that party. A lot of people speculated that it was going to be. I mean, a lot of people, like everybody online, they got this little tidbit. They got this little tidbit and a little remark from Kevin Smith. They ran on it. They bagged on Kevin Smith, saying, he lies about, loving He-Man and all that. I mean, they went really far with it. So a lot of these people that went so far with it are still going to be in denial because A, they don't want to look dumb, or B, they're literally in denial because their ego, doesn't allow them to be honest, because this show is not what they swore it was going to be. So I have the balls, the cojones, the honor to go back on my, because I mean, I said the same shit. I was one of them, but I'm here to tell you that I was wrong. It was not that. You know what I mean? It's not that type of show.
Wow. I was more of a let me see for myself type of guy about the whole thing. Like I said, when I read the article, it literally, I mean, whoever wrote, I forget the
I was
article,
disappointed.
But they were like, look, this is not the He-Man you like this. Even I think the title was like, this isn't the He-Man you're looking for. Like this isn't the droid you're looking for. Yeah. And they went on to talk about Tila, He-Man dying, Tila, and the whole thing just mostly being about Tila. Then it was about He-Man.
No. See, Tila, she's got to save He-Man. She's got to save Eternia, but it basically boils down and gets down to her going to save He-Man. It's all about He-Man. And they end up she's constantly having flashbacks. So we're constantly seeing scenes with He-Man. And then they eventually meet up. They go to heaven or whatever, the attorney of the afterlife, where He-Man is at now because Skeletor killed him. Everyone's there. They go there and they get there because Orko, who is, by the way, not the silly, goofy, corny Orko from the 80s. He's way cooler. He's a lot more serious, a little more dark. He's still Orko, but he's not cornily ridiculous. You know what I mean? He's not way out there just corny and stupid.
Right.
He's actually a pretty decent character, and he, his powers were such that he was able to stop Skeletor, like put him in a hold and like blast him off to some realm where he couldn't do nothing for a minute. And that spell, it kind of caused an explosion which kills Orko, seemingly sacrifices himself to save Teela and the group, and they get blasted out and they land in this heaven realm place, but they're not dead. They're just over there because they, whatever Orko did sent them over there. So they're over there. So they run into Prince Adam because He-Man is taking his normal form, his Prince Adam form. They come across Conan the Barbarian. They don't call him Conan the Barbarian, but he's straight off the cover of like Conan #1, bro. Yeah. I think you saw him, right?
Yeah, I see. Yeah, he's
straight off the cover.
Yeah, he did. He looked just like Conan.
They find He-Man's grandfather, who is a black man
with dreadlocks.
What's going on?
We don't know. We don't know.
Is He-Man mixed? Is he rocking a perm? I mean,
we don't know.
What's going on?
I mean, He-Man was never as light as Teela.
This is true. He always had a 10. Yeah.
He always had a 10. No baby oil.
Right.
Yeah.
But it could be, it's funny, but it's one of these things that they're doing it for diversity and to, have more representation for, people of color or women and all of that. And that's great. Like that's a natural progression of humanity evolving past, the caveman racism bullshit. So it's like it's when it's done tastefully and properly, like, it's awesome. But when it's done ridiculously and like it's such an obvious, over the top, shove it down your throat, take away from the story completely. Matter of fact, this is the story. Then it's like, no one likes that. No one appreciates it. No one likes it.
Right.
So this is not that. And I mean, there's some dope scenes. And like I said, the acting in this is phenomenal. I was blown away. I didn't know Mark Hamill, who obviously is Luke Skywalker, but plays the Joker. Dude, he's voicing Skeletor. Yeah. Now, it'll blow your mind. Google Mark Hamill's voice acting jobs, his roles. It's nuts how much he's done. I just thought he did like Joker, like a one-off thing. Like, no, his profession is a voice actor. That's what he went into after Star Wars and all of that. He went into voice acting. So he's done umpteen cartoons, like, all kinds of roles, all kinds of stuff. And so he killed it.
Speaking of Mark Hamill, not to cut you off, but he has agreed to make cameo appearances and even do some acting as well as Luke Skywalker for these next, whatever they got going for Star Wars next.
Right.
He said that he will reprise his role as Luke, but a better Luke. Mm-hmm. So what they're gonna do, I don't know. But you're right; he has done a lot of voice acting, video games.
Video games.
Different,
all kinds of shit.
Yeah, Batman the Animated Series, Batman and Robin the Animated Series.
Well, speaking of Batman the Animated Series, where he plays Joker, the guy Kevin Conner who plays Batman in the animated series is Merman in this show.
Get out!
Swear to God. So that's crazy. You got the guy that plays Batman and the guy that plays Joker together in this. Couple of pair ups like that. You've got Game of Thrones, Lena Headey, who plays Cersei in Game of Thrones, she's Evil Lynn, who has a huge role in the show. And then you got, it's Sir Davos. All right, his name is Liam Cunningham. If I'm not, it's Liam something. I think it's Liam Cunningham. He plays Sir Davos in Game of Thrones. You know, that's the Onion Knight. If you watch Game of Thrones, if you're not one of the 4 people who didn't, that's who that is. And
I'm one of those.
So I know you're one of the 4.
Well, I read the books. I read a couple of the books.
Right.
So am I off the hook?
Yeah.
Well,
I think that gives you a little credibility, but you still got to go see the show.
No, I plan on doing it. Yeah, I plan on doing it.
One of the most, to me, it's Sopranos and Game of Thrones, best shows of all time.
I did see the episode, The Wedding. I did see that one. I did watch.
Oh, the Red Wedding.
Yeah, the Red Wedding. I did watch that.
That sucks. I'm sad that you saw that. Damn.
I was blown away by it, but I saw it.
Nah, you would have been blown away by it had you built up to it. That's what would have blown your mind, bro. Listen, man, this show is full of like stuff like that. Like, they don't give a fuck about killing off the main star. They don't care. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody safe in Game of Thrones. It's not like, oh well, he's the hero, he'll never get killed. Nah, nope. So had you not seen that scene by itself, you would have known who all them people were, and that would have flipped you out. I mean, it starts in season 1, man, but this is not about Game of Thrones. Let's not get off track, because I do a whole show about the GOT. We can get deep.
That good. I gotta sit down and watch it, man. I gotta really sit down.
Yeah, bro, it's that good. Yeah, they're like miniature movies. I mean, every episode. But anyway,
it's like Voltron. Is it like Netflix Voltron good?
See, I didn't see that, so we gotta. I'll sit down and watch that. You watch Game of Thrones, and we'll talk. So
no, I plan on watching Game of Thrones. I just never watched. I read a couple of the books, and I was blown away by those. I just never watched. I just never got around to watching the TV show. But everybody said it was the most phenomenal thing since Battlestar Galactica and Lost.
Right. Muncie is in the building. Did you watch it today, buddy? Yeah, man. It's 100% the Tila show. It's not really. It doesn't feel. She's the main. She's the hero of the show, but it's not all about
Tila.
It's not all about Tila and her like relationship or anything like that. And that's what people thought it was going to be. Some, like a homosexual celebration of lesbianism. It's not that. It's not that at all. But Muncie, I sent you the email, bro. If you want to pop in here, check your email and the link is there. Hop in. But yeah, no, it didn't feel that way to me. At least that's me, and like I said, I'm one that looks out for that. I'm one that talks against it all the time. So if it was there, I would have been annoyed by it for sure. But like I was saying, all the best actors, dude. What really tripped me out, who's not even listed in the list of actors in the show, is your boy that plays Candyman.
Commander Kern from Star Trek.
Right. Yeah, that's what you're saying. You were saying that. But he
from Star Trek.
I know him from.
His name is. Hang on, it's Jesus on the tip of my tongue.
So that's the guy that plays Candyman, and he plays so Mark Hamill's Skeletor, and then when Skeletor gets rocked when Skeletor turns into the like one of his super forms, he is voiced by Candyman, and that shit sounds dope as hell. But so the story goes on. You've got Triclops, who was one of my favorite toys back in the day. The one with your boy where he had the thing on his head, you spin it around, and he's got the eyes. He is like a cult leader of the the technology cult that is currently occupying, the Snake Mountain, Skeletor's old joint, because Skeletor's dead. And they are a cult against the magic of Eternia, and they're doing all this technology stuff. And Tila comes, and she's got to, they fight and have it out. They blow up the whole place, kill all the cult members and stuff, and then we come across the sorceress. Remember the lady with the hawk, like the bird hat, like not a hat,
Yeah,
but like
but
a
she could
robe.
turn. Yeah, she turned into a bird.
Feathers and shit. She turned into a bird and all of that. Yeah, I had that bird. It was like a toy. It was like that big.
Yeah, it was
There
big.
was two birds.
Yeah,
I remember that there was two birds. I think there was a dark purple bird too. That I think was
there?
Was maybe Evil Lyn, maybe. But there was a dark one. And remember, there was Cringer and Battle. There was a Battle Cat rather toy.
Right.
And Skeletor had a purple one.
Panther, I think his name.
Panther. Yeah, the Panther. Right. The big who was in one of the heaven scenes where the grandfather was playing with him. But yeah, man, it's so the sorceress she's trying to break it down to Evil Lyn, and she needs Evil Lyn to help, carry the last ember of magic in Eternia. And so she gives her the magic, and she takes it in her scepter or whatever. And Tony Todd is Candyman. That's right. Tony Todd. That's who played Candyman. Right. So yeah, so they He-Man, so they meet up with He-Man in heaven, and he's like, look, we can you can get me out of here, and we can, go ahead and handle shit. And so long story short, they get him out, and they go to back to Castle Grayskull. You got, at one point Tila does get the dark sword. All right, so the sword, as we know, is separated into two pieces. That's the power, right? So she gets the dark sword for like 30 seconds, and Evil Lyn's like, look, you don't know how to get the other half. Give me the sword. Let's, keep this thing going. And Tila gives it up. So at no point does Tila have the power. She does not become the new He-Man at all. So they've got that. So then they put the swords together. Prince Adam comes out. He's getting ready to pick the sword up and say, I have the, and then boom, a spear comes out of his chest, dripping with blood. This is He-Man now, y'all. Comes out of Prince Adam's chest, dripping with blood. Skeletor's behind him, kicks him off the end of the spear, takes the sword out of his hand. He's like, now I have the power, and grows this big, form. And he's like, looming over Castle Grayskull, and he says, I'm the master of the universe.
Yes, he put both swords together.
Right. And that's the end of the season 1. That's it. So season 2, we'll probably, He-Man will have to come back again from the heaven realm or whatever, and Skeletor will be the big bad who now has the power. So I think, it'll be a very dystopian future type ambiance season 2. I can't wait. I think it's gonna be phenomenal, man.
Yeah, from what I seen, I liked it. What I saw, I thought it was great. The artwork was phenomenal. It has a more mature tone. It actually makes the characters make decisions that have a consequence. Like,
there is true stakes.
Right, there's true stakes. It's not kiddie at all. It's more, me personally, I think it's more for the He-Man fans that grew up.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's what, because the characters have more of a realistic tone. Like I said, they make life-changing decisions in this. Skeletor,
stakes are very.
Skeletor is represented almost flawlessly, man. Like in the comics, he's like a master sorceress.
Right.
He's actually in the comics, he's actually a little more powerful than the sorceress that resides in Grayskull. Because if she comes out of Grayskull, she's in that bird form. She can't leave Grayskull outside of that bird form. So Yeah, so Skeletor is actually a little more powerful than she is. But
Right.
inside of Grayskull, she really can't be stopped.
Nah,
'Cause
anybody that controls Grayskull, when they're in Grayskull, they're invincible.
right, right. And Skeletor is like a master sorcerer. And actually a great hand-to-hand combatant. Like Skeletor has
Yeah.
a lot going.
No,
Like,
he's
he has
not
like a
he's
lot of.
not
He's not no joke.
a lot
But
of people compared him to Cobra Commander, and he's not really. Cobra Commander was a bumbling idiot most of the time.
right
It was
in the
always,
cartoon,
Destro that yeah, in the cartoon.
yeah. But in the comic,
Not in the
Cobra
comics,
Commander was no
ruthless
joke.
bastard,
Yeah,
dog.
Cobra
Yeah,
Commander
he
was
ain't
no
no
joke.
joke.
Yeah, he was nothing to be played with. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they were represented like their bios in the comics.
Right, and that's how this show. I think it's more geared. Yes, it is geared towards guys our age who grew up on He-Man. But I'm not gonna front and say that it's not. I would have been happy if it was just a He-Man show, He-Man, doing his thing. But at the same time, two things. One, that's literally only good for nostalgia. Like, and then we've seen it, and then it's like, okay, we know what's gonna happen. With this, you don't you would have never thought Prince Adam would have took a spear through the chest.
Never, never. I didn't
Okay.
even see it coming. Didn't even see
And
it coming.
and yeah, they are using it to be more inclusive with, every gender and all of that. Like, I'm not saying that they're not doing that, but they are doing it, in my opinion, in a tasteful way. They're not shoving anything down your throat. They're not saying, men dumb, women good. They're not doing that. It's not, that type of propaganda. They're just tastefully doing more, diversity, more, inclusion. Now, like I said, I'm one of the worst. I'm one of the most, against that type of shit when they do it wrong, when they're taken away from the story just to do that. And it's like, we have all this great source material, all these great comic books, video games, novels, all of this, and for them to not even take from that or use that stuff just to make these propaganda films, it doesn't make sense, because kids don't know who He-Man is. Young people don't know who the hell He-Man is, or G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes. They don't care about them people. That's for us, bro. That's for the kids of the 80s and 90s. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's annoying and pisses me off when they put that stuff to appease the younger people, when that's not who's watching this. So you ruining our stuff, to do your thing. But like I said, man, in my opinion, this show did not ruin it. Was still hella nostalgic. You got to see characters that weren't. I don't even think Stinkor was in the show. He was just a toy that they never put in the cartoon.
No, I don't remember seeing him in a cartoon.
Google that shit. I think
I don't.
Stinkor
I
is one
don't
of the
remember
ones that
seeing him in a
never got.
cartoon. You
Yeah,
always
I
saw
think
every week. You saw Trapjaw, Beastman,
Man.
Beastman, Evelyn, Merman was in there from time to time.
Merman, yeah.
You would see what was another one? Whiplash. Whiplash would be from time to time. You would catch him. Triclops was always there. Skeletor was always there. But the list of bad guys that he had on his side, they varied from week to week. But there was
Stinkor was. They made a point of just they put Stinkor in this just as fan service, just to do it, because they knew it wasn't in the other cartoon. They just put Stinkor in it. He has nothing to do with the story. Like, the whole scene with him could have easily been removed and you would have never missed it. They just literally did it to show him. And I thought that was great. Like, stuff like that is cool. Like, not only the Easter eggs, but the straight up fan service. They're giving us stuff that we want to see from our childhood. And I understand that why a lot of people were upset by what they read and found out and thought was happening here. And I understand why they ran with it because I was one of them. Like I wasn't 100% sure it was going to be that way. Like I wasn't saying that, but I was pissed that if it was. Like I was like, man, again, bro, they just I'm not even I said I'm probably not even going to watch it. But I'm glad I did, and I can't wait for season 2. Straight up.
Wow. Must be wow. I
I'm
can't
not
now
saying,
either. I mean, you know that if
you
it's
know,
on listen, art,
I'm
like I
not
said,
saying it's the greatest thing in the world or it's my favorite show of all time. What I'm saying is though is that it's something to watch. Like it's another good addition, something I'll be watching.
right. Me too. I'm not even gonna lie and say I'm not. Because I thought that
They did some cool shit like nostalgia. Remember okay, so Star Wars, Return of the Jedi. They've got Yoda and Luke's over there. You know, and he's taking him through the dark side, the cave of the dark side, so he can, you know, complete his training, and he ends up fighting Darth Vader, who turns out to be himself when he cuts his mask off. So they took that scene, they homaged that scene in this. There was a cool homage from that where Tila goes in there and she has to fight, you know, her fear and embodiments of representation of her fear and stuff. And it was cool because it was like, oh yeah, that's from Star Wars. And you know, the Orko sacrifice was just epic.
yeah, another thing, yeah, Orko was always like the comic relief
Right.
in the show. Like you know how he always in the 80s we always had a small animal character.
Always like Thundercats had the little
Snarf.
meow meow meow.
Yeah,
Snarf.
Snarf. Yeah, Snarf
Yep.
was the you know, he was the animal comic
little
relief.
animal relief. Yep.
Yeah. Or something that, you know, you always had
like and that R2D2, BB-8. Like these are the little droids. That's who they are. So we got all right. So that's the show. Check it out. Don't be scared. Don't worry about it. Don't avoid it. Master of the Universe. It's not. It's not what we thought it was gonna be. No. It's good.
It's dope. I had to give it a hella dope. And not just for the artwork and the animation. I had to give it, you know, it's actually intriguing to watch, more mature to watch. You know, everybody going to enjoy it? No, but a majority of the people will.
Yeah, if you grew up on He-Man,
then this is the best thing we've gotten since the 80s.
It's the best thing we've gotten since the 80s show. That they did one show that was really good. It was like a anime. It was like an anime style joint.
What about the movie? What did you think about the movie?
The live action movie?
Yeah, with Dolph Lundgren.
Oh man, that's one of the greatest films of all time. Like that's one of the greatest masterpieces in filmmaking history, bro.
You can't be serious.
I almost got you.
Crickets. You got crickets.
I almost had you.
Yeah, because I'm looking I'm like, really?
Are you fucking serious? Nah, that's the worst goddamn movie. That shit compares to Mario Brothers movie. Like that was fucking bad, bro. Like how mad was you? Look, if you grew up if you was a little kid watching He-Man, you went to that movie, you wanted to see fucking He-Man and all the shit you knew about He-Man. None of it was there. What is this whole new story with all these new characters that ain't got shit to do with nothing I know about? Yeah, why'd they do that?
Yeah, what is the cosmic key? When did that even become?
Yeah, what the fuck? And you know, they replaced Snarf with that one, not Snarf, but Orko with that little furry dude. Like it just none of it made any sense. Skeletor looked and sounded pretty damn dope though.
Right. They got that right.
And yeah. That looked cool. Like the guy that played him, he killed that role. But that was it. Like everything else about it is garbage. Hated everything. No redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
It
didn't even take place on Eternia.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like it took place in like our normal world. Like that's so cheap. That was so corny. Like that was just a cop out. It was a cash grab. You know, it was a shameless cash grab. And you know, we got a lot of that in the early 90s, late 80s. That's all. That's why, you know, no one ever cared about comic book movies or none of this stuff because it was never done well. It was never done serious. It was never taken seriously.
Plus, there was also a stereotype out there, Reno, that once a hit toy or cartoon got a movie, it was done. Like
Yeah.
once it got to Hollywood, it was done. And it was the case because you had He-Man movie done. Power Rangers, that first movie done. You know, the Ivan Ooze thing done. And Power Rangers was great. It was a great TV show. It was good.
Yeah.
And then they got a movie.
Was it? I don't know. I never watched it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't watch it. I saw these big
movie. Yeah, once they got a
big
movie,
costumes and the fakey costumes that was in Power Rangers, man, I couldn't do it.
The Power Rangers was good. The first couple of seasons, yeah, that was good. Green Ranger, the saga of the Green Ranger, it was dope. It was dope.
I take your word for it because, like I said, I just couldn't do it just the way it looked. But what I hear about the comic, and from what you told me, like, I'm interested to read the comic because I think that'll probably be good.
You gotta watch that.
I've been watching G.I. Joe lately.
Yeah, I have too. On YouTube, I've been watching that live stream. Yeah, I've been watching that live stream. Yeah,
check that out, y'all. It's Hasbro's YouTube channel. It's 24/7. They're streaming all the G.I. Joe cartoons and on a loop.
If you ever just flicking, you got nothing to watch, go on YouTube, check out G.I. Joe. You won't be disappointed.
Definitely. So it's Indie Comic Book Day. It is. I'm sorry, New Comic Book Day, and this is New Comic Book Day Indie Review. And so I've got some. Oh, we're gonna do unboxing first. Okay.
No, we can do this. But the we got.
Bust one open. What you got?
All right, I'll bust it open. See what we got. We can start. Oh, you got some.
I got tree.
Well, listen, I just got one measly package. I don't feel worthy right now compared to your several.
My three.
Yes, you have several packages. I have one.
But I'm running a comic book business here.
Yeah, I see.
Anyway.
I see. Some of us are not so lucky.
Trying to anyway. No, it ain't nothing lucky about it.
Let's get that out of here. I mean, they packed it pretty well. I'm happy they did. It's just a hell of a. Oh, Reno. Oh, Reno. Ooh, Reno.
Yo, tell me.
You don't want to see this.
Tell me about it, bro. Tell me all about it.
Sure?
Come on, man.
Are you ready? You got to make this one. You got to make this.
I need it.
I make this full screen.
Okay. Yes. Hold on. Let me blow you up. It's glaring. I can't see it. Oh, nice. That's the Jordans.
Yeah, Spider-Man number 23.
Yes, sir.
That's the Michael Jordan Slam Dunk Homage.
Man,
edition.
That shit is sick, bro.
Yes, sir.
That shit is sick. The little shoe or the man, I had some Jordans on. Yeah, bro. That shit is fly, dog.
He's dunking the basketball.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Variant edition.
Yes, sir. I'm definitely getting that tagged and slabbed.
Oh yeah, that's taggable. I mean, that's slappable.
Definitely getting tagged.
This was a just one that I wanted to always have. One of the, because I'm trying to collect all the Wolverine number ones.
Right.
And this is the Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine number 1. And then this is my homeboy. Shout out to my man Old Man Carter on Instagram, because he shot me. This is a little freebie. It's Heroes Reborn number 1 variant edition. And I do have the entire Heroes Reborn run. And so I'm selling the entire Heroes Reborn run. I'm selling the whole run from issue 1 to 7, but all the tie-ins, it's like this big, the stack. I'm selling the whole thing for, I think I have it for 100. It might be 75, but you can claim it on Instagram auction tomorrow night. Also, let's see. This one came from my guy Chronic Schizo, who is one of the madmen of comics. Is one of the he used to be with us and sell comics with us as part of the Madmen of Comics squad, but he's had to take a leave of absence, but this is something he sent me. Oh man, bro, you're gonna love this shit, dog. This shit is. I've been getting into these Scotty Youngs, man. I've been going ham, dog. I got a serious collection, bro.
I'm telling you for years. I said, look, Reno, yo, that's dope. Nightcrawler, I like that,
man. And that's yeah. That's I have a Nightcrawler, you know, the blue Nightcrawler with the black background. So this is gonna go great with that. And that's Powers of X, issue number 2 of 6, Scotty Young variant. This is House of X, issue number 1 of 6, Scotty Young variant, with your man Magneto and Professor X on the front chilling. That was a must-have right there. Then we got Powers of X number 6 with my main man Wolverine and the homie Cyclops up there playing they're trading cards, I think. He said, I'll trade you a mint condition mullet Bishop for a classic Magneto. What do you say, bub? And Cyclops says, I say you don't know what mint condition really means because he's got his claw
through it.
You know what I'm saying? Stuck through the hell yeah. Then okay, this is dope too. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Darth Vader number 1. This is a sick comic.
That's a hot
Darth
comic.
Vader is so good right now, and this is that's a dope cover.
I have that. I have number 1.
My man got it in the Mylar bag. Okay. Oh yeah, I rock this Age of Apocalypse. The homie Cable, my favorite, right there.
That's dope.
Now this right here is a phenomenal thing. This is issue X-Men, Jim Lee X-Men number 5, which I won for like $3, and y'all can check these online. They're pretty penny because this is the first thing of Omega Red rather. I think first appearance I believe is 4. This is 5. I have 4. I've got 5, 6, and 7. That's the whole story with Omega Red. So very happy to get that. This is number 6 right here. So I was hella psyched to see that.
That is dope.
Last but not least, this comes from.
That wouldn't happen to be a Spider-Man 23 variant edition, would it?
Spider-Man 23.
Yeah, the Miles Morales Spider-Man 23 is variant edition.
Oh no, you have that. I don't have that. That is your gem.
I maybe you got one too.
No. That's your claim to fame, brother.
Bro, I couldn't wait. It took me a while to get this book. Yeah, they're going crazy over it on eBay.
What, you was bidding on it?
Well, trying to get it for a decent price, man. Like, remember we talked Monday about how we set the prices. Yeah. So it was a battle, but I finally got it for a price I was willing to pay. You know,
oh yeah, exactly. And my man Jim Me is in the chat. Shout out to Jim Me.
Jim Me. I'm coming to Germany. We're gonna do a video. We're gonna do a song.
Word up.
I'm coming to Germany.
And so he said unboxing is a great feeling. I love it when unboxing new vinyl. And Jim Me, let me explain something. Not explain something, but let me
break it down.
Build with you. Let me build with you. The analogy, or rather, you talking about unwrapping new vinyl, type of thing, unboxing new vinyl. I always said that, because my whole premise of my show is hip hop and comics, the relationship between hip hop and comics, and how, hip hop is the 6th element. I'm sorry, comics are the 6th element of hip hop. Having such a huge impact and being such a big part of it. And I equate digging in the crates for vinyl as digging through long boxes in the LCS. So it's the same thing, bro. It's like when I would go to the music store and I'd just be digging in the crates. Bro, you could dig for hours, especially if you're a music lover and you a real or you a DJ or something, you know that digging in them crates is it can take all day. Well, it's the same thing with comic books. I mean, literally the same thing with comic books. Love this Silver Surfer cover. I love the colors to it.
That is fly.
And then this one is number 75, which I have number 50. Like every one, they had like number 50 had this embossed Silver Surfer on the front and, you know, a foil logo and stuff. And then this is a giant sized 75th issue, which, you know, the other one is the giant sized 50th. But it's a dope cover. You got everybody on the cover, like all the cosmic badasses, Galactus and all of that, Fant 4, and it's just iridescent in the light. Like you can see the surfers, like got that rainbow sort of iridescent shit, man. It's a dope cover.
Yeah, that has to be the 80s. That has to be an 80s cover. Or 90s.
Yeah,
90s.
This one's 92.
Yeah, because remember 90, the foil cover was all the rage back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot
this
of
one looks older.
That might be an 80s. That's
it's
a 90.
It's got a dollar. It's got a dollar thing on it. So it's either 80s.
80, if it's a dollar, it's 80s.
It's either 80s or it's a homage to an 80s book. No, this is an 80s book. Yep, you can see the ad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and the paper is regular paper. This is 1982. Silver Surfer Volume 2, number 1. Okay, so now I've got 3 of the Silver Surfer number 1s. Awesome. And yeah, this is a great condition. Like the pages are not brown, like it's off-white pages. Like, man, this art was nuts. Hell yeah, bro. Galactus and shit.
Yeah, I like that, man. That is definitely 80s.
So yeah, bro, that's a couple of the things I just got today. But and like I said, man, it's new comic book day, but it's indie review day. So let's talk a little bit of indie comics. Let me get off the full screen here. So yeah, I'm gonna show some comics, but these are just indies that either just came out or are coming out.
Oh, we got the red song, black, white, and red.
Yep. So everything in this comic is black and white except for blood and her hair and anything else that is red. So it's really cool to look at black and white comic. Everything red is red, and it's number 1. It's a Dynamite comic. The price right here is, I'm selling all of these. So all these are for sale. You can claim them right here in the chat, or you can claim them on Instagram on my auctions tomorrow night. This is another number 1. This is a new indie joint. This is Man Eaters, The Cursed, part of Image's awesome, indie stuff that they're putting out right now. This is a mad hot comic right now. And I got all the number 1s for y'all. This is Everfrost, number 1 from Black Mask.
Oh wow.
Man, this one is crazy, bro. This shit, it's called God Killer, and it is phenomenal art, bro. They give you a virgin variant. This is number 1. You get a virgin variant straight off top, not a minimal, a virgin, nothing on here. And on the back, the art continues. Peep that shit. And yeah, it's called God Killer, Tomorrow's Ashes.
Yo, that is a dope cover, bro. That is dope.
This one's a hot book too. Is what?
Is that a trade paperback?
No. It's a comic. It's issue number 1.
Okay, that's all right.
No, it's just issue number 1.
Yeah, because the back and the front had artwork on it, so I thought it was like something like that.
Right. Like, no, it's just it's a full. Okay. It's a wraparound. This one's also hot. We did a review of this.
Yeah.
Basilisk. Yeah, it's one we talked about. This is the first print. Sorry, the first cover, first print, Basilisk #1.
That's looks dope.
Yeah, this one we talked about too. 6 Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton. It's a dope concept. This is going to be a cool ass comic. It's issue #1, the 6 Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton from Skybound Comics. You've got this guy who's like he was an action hero, like a Arnold Schwarzenegger or Stallone,
Oh yeah,
and
the
he
one that
dies.
died. Yeah.
Yep, he dies, and then these are his. I'm guessing that these are going to be the sidekicks from his movies. So like he was the main star, and these were like the sidekick in the movie. Because then they're battling these the stuntmen army. So I don't know if they are stuntmen themselves or if they are the side. I don't think they're stuntmen because there's these can't be stunt doubles, but they can definitely be his sidekicks from the action movies. And I guess they have to defend him, or they're trying to the stuntmen are trying to maybe get his body or something. I don't know. It's crazy like that. It's crazy. And that's gonna be dope. And that's on my, like I said, that's on my Instagram. You can check that out. Cop that. This is Static #1. The new Static. Everybody knows this is gonna be huge. They got the new series coming out. And they really did a great job. The art in here is spectacular. I mean, just amazing. Like Dragon Ball Z style, My Hero Academia, like anime type, crazy colors, like just a really well drawn, well colored book.
Yeah. Good
Story is dope. Yeah,
Story was good too.
dope. How do you compare it to the original?
I would say compared to the original was more. It was more streamlined, whereas in the original, it was a lot more dialogue in the original, whereas this one it was a good mix of dialogue and action. The first Static from back in the night, it was a lot of dialogue. It was good, but it was a lot of dialogue. It was not
right.
It was not an action based comic. It was sort of like the new He-Man that we just saw versus the 80s He-Man.
Right.
It's just a more update version. Everything's updated. Everything's modern. Things of that nature. But it was good. It's really good.
Now, what about this? Have you seen Barbarella, the movie?
Nah, I haven't watched it. But it is. Listen, y'all were right. Barbarella was all the hype.
Yeah, it was some shit.
Yeah, no, I looked it up. Yeah, no,
it was about a future sex worker in space or something, like crazy shit. And and it was Jane Fonda was looking dope. Like Jane this right here
was a fox back then.
Oh, she was bad. Yeah, she was bad in that movie. She was real bad. Real
right. Barbarella was the hype.
Very controversial. Very controversial. And this is the new comic, man. I can't wait to see where this thing goes, bro. This is like mad sexy and violent and cool.
Because sex and sci-fi go together.
Absolutely.
I mean, they had something. They stumbled on to something in the 70s.
Yeah, bro.
Sex and sci-fi.
I'm trying to show the imagery here. It's like aliens and all kinds of stuff. You can't really see it if you just look. It just seems like it's just a black, dark cover with maybe some stuff you can't make out, especially in person. Like the camera brightens it up, but in person you barely see these aliens at all. So it's cool that on camera I'm able to actually see them.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, sexy.
Like, okay, that's Cthulhu. That's Cthulhu.
Yeah, sexy sci-fi 70s. They were on the
Definitely. Homesick Pilots, another new indie comic. This is #1. So, guys, what I'm talking about with these comics, all right, those of you don't know, there's examples like Department of Truth, Something is Killing the Children. All right, this is a comic that is right now, it's only on issue like 18. It's still a brand new book. But back when it was only on like issue 7 or 6, issue 1 was already, $1,000. I don't know what it is now. It's, it's over $1,000 probably. And it's still a brand new, like Spawn #1 is like $50, to put that in perspective. Okay. Spawn, which has been out since like 93, is like a $50 comic for number one.
That's true. And
These
Spawn
books
are worth
you've got.
thousands now.
Oh yeah,
Only been out for what, a month or two? Yeah, because
right.
Spawn number 2 is worth more than Spawn number 1.
I know. These this is the new comic, the new Spawn that's coming out. That just came out rather. This is called Spawn's Universe. And it's like a anthology sort of prequel to, this is a variant cover to what they're about to be doing, with the ongoing stuff. They've got all these characters that they're gonna, that they showcase in this book, and it's awesome. But what I'm telling y'all about these, man, get in on the ground floor. You don't know how many people, like, bro, I saw Something Is Killing the Children number 1 when it came out, and I was like, what the hell is this? I passed on it. Invincible is another one. I passed on that. The Walking Dead. Bro, these were comics that have become huge phenomenon TV shows. Something Is Killing the Children has been optioned for a TV show. They're getting they're getting all their movie ideas. They're optioning these comics. So you get these when you can afford it. And you try to get the number 1, the first cover. I'm telling you, forget the variants and all of that. If you want to flip your money or you want to collect the book or have it worth value, you look for that cover A. That's what I've been told by so many people. And they really drove it home. You got to find cover A and buy that number 1.
Yeah, I wish I would have. And listen, when I go to my little comic book shop, they're always sold out. So he's right. You got to get them. You got to get them. They're all the hype right now.
This is another one. Vinyl number 1.
Yeah, it's not Marvel. It's not DC. It's not Superman. It's not Spider-Man. It's these indie comics. These indie comics.
Yeah, that's what's hot. There's some back art. I mean, they really go all in with the art, way in with the writing. Like, indie comics are just written well. That's what their appeal is the writing is so great. The stories are so great. But like, just and they don't care about getting violent, scary, sexy, none of that, bro. That's like, of course, like that's really why we doing this. Like, look at this. Just giving you, a quick sampling, quick idea of how cool these are. And you don't know it because you never heard of that. What's vinyl? I never heard of that. And who's that guy? He don't look cool. He's not Spider-Man. So people pass these things up. And man, I'm telling you, this is what collectors are buying. This is what people,
slabbing
that know, slabbing them.
Yeah, slabbing them.
People that know what's up. Walking Dead has a new book out. Walking Dead Deluxe. These are, if you don't know, Walking Dead is always in black and white. Inside Walking Dead comics are black and white, everything. And this is all in color for the first time. And this is issue number 1. This is the variant cover to number 1. You can see this zombie right here with his chest gutted out. And I think that's an homage to the first episode of Walking Dead where Rick Grimes was walking past that zombie in the ground and he had the bicycle and he was like ripped in half.
Oh yeah,
first episode. Yeah, man. So this is a dope variant cover. I think I hear Stu. Talk to the people for 5 seconds. I think somebody's banging at my door.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Like he said, the indie comics are they're all the hype right now. Sometimes we'll go in a comic book store and you'll say, I'm not going to pick that up. But you should always take a day to just go in there and just look at something other than the Marvel and the DC, because you might stumble upon something that in the future could potentially be valuable or, up your collection a notch. So, these indie comics right now, they are, like we said, they are the hype right now. I mean, it's whether you like it or not, want it or not, it's what we got. We don't have toys anymore, but we do have indie comics.
Right. And these are for grown-ups. These are for people that, care about, the story being, competent, making sense, should we slab the Moon Knight #1 issue that dropped today?
Yes,
Man,
sir.
yeah,
Slabbing
man,
mine. I'm slabbing mine. My
for
Scotty Young
sure.
variant, I'm slabbing it. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. I
Yes, sir.
ordered all 8 variant covers to that comic, and I'm just praying that the asshole on eBay who has not responded yet, and because the thing said it was supposed to have been delivered days ago, so I'm kind of worried that I got ripped off. But anyway, we'll see. Radiant Black #5 just dropped. Radiant Black is definitely developing into another really great one. This one was a runaway hit from the very beginning. Nice House on the Lake. This is another one that I'm talking about. Look, if the title is like more than 3 words, it's gonna be dope. We only find them when they're dead, right? Something is killing the children. Like, Nice House on the Lake. Sorry, The Nice House on the Lake. So if it's got a hell of a long title, it's probably gonna be dope. The 6 triggers. What are the 6 sidekicks of Trigger Keaton? Shit like that. But this is a variant to the original Nice House on the Lake #1, already blowing up. I mean, this one right here is $20, and that's a conservative price. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking out for people. Do you know anything about Dark Blood from Boom? Dark Blood. Man, that's not familiar.
Yeah, for Moon Knight, if you can get that Philip Tan variant, that was the best one I saw. Besides the Scotty.
Philip Tan was dope. Yeah, that's one of the ones.
That's one of the ones right there.
Black Friday. This is a great book. Really cool. Like this is from a publisher called Black Caravan, and like what's cool is it's a Scout Comics imprint. Scout Comics is a big indie joint, and Black Friday is this made with this cardstock paper. Like the outside cover reminds you of the insides of an old comic where they used to not be glossy, they used to be papery. And then, of course, the inside is super ultra glossy. So it's kind of like a opposite. They do fun, stuff like that, cool stuff. And, you can see, look, I mean, they go all in. They go all in. Black Friday is dope. Darkening Your Doors, Black Hand. So these are some of the indies that come from Black Caravan. Let me see. I don't think you guys could see that.
That is dope.
So these are some of the titles from Black Caravan. Shepherd, Prominence, Phantom Star Killer. Hella cool shit. Another dope joint that you gotta check out, man. You guys gotta fuck with. Vertigo, Wildstorm, and Dark Horse have been about for ages. Indie has been the only way to go for the past 20 years. Moriarty, that is 100% true, man. They've been around forever. They're just
Right, they have.
They're just getting
their steam.
Major due. Yeah, they're getting major prop.
Yeah.
And it had a lot to do.
Or I could say just now really hitting the major spotlight.
Yeah. Right. Like collectors have always known. Like people, readers, like hardcore fans, we've always rocked those. Like Valiant is one of my favorite joints. Like the indies are where it's at if you like to read comics. But if you just wanted to collect, flip, your blue chips, you had your comics that were worth money, they were never the indies.
No.
Now the collectible joints, the ones that people are collecting and flipping and making money on, are the indies. That's what's new. Indies have always been around. The stories have always been great. But now they're getting some crazy, surge of being crazy valuable. Ever since COVID, ever since the pandemic, people have been sitting at home. They had extra money to invest, to explore, to try new things. And people tried new things and found out how dope they were.
They got time to read. People had
time to read.
They had time to read, and they're reading it. And plus, too, I think right now we're actually, people are getting tired of, I'm not even going to say tired, but I can say they just want something different. and the indies offer that.
Right.
You know, they
They do.
offer us
They do.
something different than Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, the Hulk.
Right.
You know,
Like
not that
look
we
at the
don't like
cover.
those characters, but
No, of course, of course. Look, this is
indies,
just indie comic day for me. This is just the day we rock indies, but of course I'm all about the big two and Image, you know what I mean? Look, anything that's not Marvel or DC is technically an indie, but Image and even Dark Horse, IDW, those are referred to by some as premiums. So there's the big two, then there's the premiums, then there's the indies. But in all reality, if you look at the market share of what Marvel and DC, hold from Image on down, every other comic imprint is a fraction. So that's why even the bigger ones are still indies, bro. And Image is killing it, bro, with the comics. Image, dude, is you can't count on two hands how many phenomenal indies that Image is currently right now, putting out. Geiger is one of them. This is number 3 and number 4. Number 3 is the origin issue of the character Geiger, who, I jokingly call Radioactive Man. If you guys knew about The Simpsons back in the day, that was their comic book hero. But he's like glowing green because he's been exposed to, all this gamma, all this, radiation, and everyone else on the earth has to live underground. It's definitely, a post-apocalyptic dystopian future. Yes, Boom is killing it. Boom Comics, Image Comics, killing the game.
Image,
Behemoth is dope.
That's another,
But this is the origin issue right here, number 3, and then number 4 just came out. So this is still a brand new comic, already picking up steam, already worth money. And this is Two Moons, number 1, guys. These are all the number 1. I got the number 1s for you guys. So check these out on the Instagram page, man. You can cop these. Matter of fact, if you want to claim them right now in the comments, we could do that, and I'll DM you later. But this is Two Moons number 1, Civil War story where it's involving like voodoo and Civil War, and it's extra dope. I think we did a big sort of review on this the other day. If this is the one that I'm thinking of. No, this ain't the one I'm thinking of. But this is crazy, dog. It's Civil War monster action.
Yeah, that is dope.
Very nice artworks. Thanks, guys, for the information. Now I learned more about the 6th element, but now I must sleep. In 5 hours, my kid wakes up. So stay healthy and have a good time. That's from man Jimmy, who's over in Germany, and it's probably the wee hours of the morning over there right now. So thank you, brother, for coming through and for hanging out, man.
Yeah, anytime, Jimmy.
Yeah, bro. We rock with Jimmy heavy.
Oh, we rock with Jimmy all day. I'm gonna do a song and a video with Jimmy. So just stay tuned.
Definitely.
Yeah, look at that.
Rabid World. Yeah, bro. Rabid World, bro. It's
I keep hearing about Rabid World, man.
This is number 1, bro, right here.
I gotta get down, man. Get down.
It's a lot of indies. All right, they jokingly say that indies are all post-apocalyptic stuff, because there's a lot of post-apocalyptic dystopian futures in indie comics. I don't know why exactly. But to me, that's one of my all-time favorite genres. Like anything post-apocalyptic, dystopian, Matrix, Terminator, down to Blade Runner,
Mad Max,
Scanner Darkly, Minority Report, Mad Max for sure. That kind of stuff. And that's why I gravitate so much to indies, because they really are all so good at telling these stories. This is kind of like, it's not like The Walking Dead. This is like The Crazies. You ever see The Crazies, that movie with Timothy Olyphant? It's like a zombie flick.
Yeah, that was
but
good.
They're not zombies. They're actually just they go crazy. They have like this disease that spreads, and everyone's completely homicidal, like beyond human, comprehension. And so I think these guys are, they're rabid, some sort of rabies disease that turns the people into straight up psychos. Like this dude has clearly been chewing on a lot. Like his whole lips are all bloody and torn up because he's been biting shit. but I don't think they're dead. Planetary isn't dystopian and really loves the entire comic book genre. Planetary isn't dystopian and really loves the
Is that a
entire
comic?
comic book
Is that a
genre.
comic?
That's what Moriarty says. Yeah, what is Planetary? What is Planetary? Is that a publisher? But yeah, or is that a name of a comic? Right, right. But yeah, this is Rabbit World right here.
Rabbit World is dope.
It is dope, man. It's cool as shit. And they all have really cool like cover art. Now another one that I'm currently reading right now is this. This is called Vietnam Horror. This is sick. It's just what it sounds like, Vietnam horror. Like if you rock with Vietnam movies, or you like Vietnam, or you were in Vietnam, whatever it is, this is for you. It's black and white, which is so dope. It is in the middle of Vietnam jungles, like all the brutality that you would expect. And then there's this aspect where they stumble onto these demons, or not this cult underground, because the Vietnamese during Vietnam, they had these huge tunnel, like yeah, like cities underground, like huge tunnel networks. And in one of these tunnels, they send a guy in, like they do, and he finds this big room opens up, and there's like this, guy, this cult, like talking to all these, cult followers and stuff, and they got bodies on stakes and shit, crazy shit. And they summon this demon that pops out and goes to killing guys. I've only gotten through issue 2. I don't have a lot of time to read all this stuff, man, but I try. I really do. And this is one of my favorites. And I'm selling all 1 through 4 of this one for $30. So I'm doing a lot of runs, a lot of full complete runs and stuff like that. This is a very rare book. I've never seen it anywhere else, except I did see it slabbed for $399 on eBay recently. But it's called Shaolin Cowboy. It's from a small.
I've heard of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very rare. Burly Man Comics, issue number 1, still just 350 cents. I love that. But and because it's got like this sort of old west, maybe like classic art style, which is so popular right now, the art germ, that sort of 50s and 40s look that they're going for. And it's just really cool, man. You got this whole monk situation with the Shaolin monk. He's making his way through the desert, and he gets accosted, gets attacked by all these outlaws, and the way he kills dudes, the way he dispatches people, man, it's not only funny, but it's badass. Like dude is real brutal. I mean, the artwork is crazy.
Yeah, that's sick.
I liked anything that was Shaolin, so that's why I hopped on it.
All right. I never heard of that. Shaolin Cowboy, never heard of that.
Yep. Now you've probably heard of this as a gamer. I know you've heard of Cyberpunk.
Oh yes, sir.
And
sure. even have a couple of those.
Yep, this is the 1 through 4 mini series that I'm selling as well. And I was amazed. I thought when I pulled this out of my box, because I bought it just because I dug the game, and like I said, man, I dig dystopian futures, cyberpunk world, Blade Runner type shit, Shadowrun, all of that kind of stuff, man. And so I immediately gravitated to this game. And on PC, like I know the controversy, Cyberpunk on console was a nightmare. It was just a travesty, bro. It was not ready. It was complete garbage.
PC. It was worse on PC.
Nah, bro. On PC, it was flawless, bro. I played Cyberpunk flawlessly on my PC.
Yeah, I heard it.
No problem.
I heard minor bugs, but it wasn't as bad as the console. Nowhere near. At least it was playable. It was playable on PC.
It was, yeah. I mean, I didn't get hella far,
Like on the console, you would do stuff like run in the garbage and you would take damage.
Yeah, and it would
Villages
just glitch out. You would disappear, or you'd walk through a wall and get
walk
stuck. You know,
right,
shit like
yeah,
that.
all kind of. I was like, man, this is it was
No problems on
it
the
was a
PC
mess.
for me. I never had a problem on the PC, and you know that's what I was hearing was that you know it was made and they put it out too fast. It wasn't ready for the consoles, but hella dope story. And these are great. Like these are great. And like I said, I bought them because of the game. You know, as
Yeah,
they came out, I got them. I
yeah,
had no idea.
yeah, the first two.
I had no idea they were worth money. Like they were worth $10. This one's 10. This one's 12. This one's 12. This one's 6. Like I had no idea. Like I thought they would still be, you know, cover price.
No,
So
no, it's
yeah.
all the hype. It's all the hype. People like Cyberpunk.
And they're good though. They're good. That's the thing, is it's not just a video game cash grab
No,
copy. It's really a good book. Like it's really a good comic. So that is what we have as far as indies today, y'all. And man, what wait. All right. So did you man, I think you did. Let me see.
what?
Oh, what do we got going on this week? What do we got going on Friday?
Friday we're gonna be doing an artist showcase featuring Tigress. We're gonna be doing a recap of the last 2 weeks, and she's gonna be on there to interview and give her views and respects on the music that we played the last couple weeks.
That's cool,
Well,
man. That'll be dope.
would be more perspective would be more of an appropriate word, but it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. So tune in on Friday for me and Reno on the artist showcase, and we'll be there to entertain you some more without comics. Without comics,
Right.
yeah, because we
But
are
as long as we are here. I'm sorry, Stu, you gotta go, man. Let me let you go, brother. And we will see you. We'll see you Friday at 6 p.m., right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right, brother.
Signing off.
All right, brother. Peace. That's my man, Stu Dog. Had the dip. So I just picked these up, y'all. These are The Walking Dead's number 22, number 23, and number 24. These are very low print issues. Key issues. I don't know exactly what goes on in them. But this is a dope cover right there, Rick Grimes. These are early print early comics, like from the low numbers, 22, 23, 24, very low numbers. And you can find these as well on my Instagram. And of course, you are welcome to claim them right here on this show right now. Does anybody need the hip hop covers? All right, comics and hip hop. We got the clips, grinding. We've got Diggable Planets, Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly, Doctor Strange Annual #1. I don't know what album cover that is. X-Men Blue. I think this is the NMDs, NMCs. I don't know. Not one of my joints. And then the Prowler #1 joint. I don't know what cover this is, but if y'all need the hip hop covers, I have them. Several of them. Big D, Big B. I think that is right there. The homie. And then I'll check it. We got some dope Spidey stuff. We got Spider-Man and the X-Men #1. We've got Invincible number 132. I've got a ton of Invincibles, guys. Hell, really hot, really sought after book. I got Berserkers, some Web of Spidey action, Amazing Spider-Man. I love these comics, or these covers with the the dark Spidey logo right there and that cool banner. Where is the Spider-Man jack-o'-lantern right there? I want to show y'all. Oh, yeah. Like I said, lots of Invincibles, man. Lots of Invincibles. This was a phenomenal TV show, and the comics are way better. Number 1, and then I go to like number 78, and I've got like 79, 80, 90, 91 through like probably up to like 115, and then there's like some 132. Also, there's a Gwinvincible too. Y'all got to see. Oh, I'll find her in a second. G.I. Joe versus the Transformers. Shout out to my homie Kareem from the Fullblast tribe. Shooter on deck. My man loves Transformers and G.I. Joe. And this is the G.I. Joe vs. Transformers number 1. I'm sure you will probably want to cop that, but there you go. Spider-Man and Cannonball Marvel team up. Niobe She Is Life. Blank white virgin variant. I'm sorry, blank white variant. Let me get that right. Yeah, it's really bright. It's messing the camera up. $25. Buy it now. We have bids and we have buy it nows. Bids and bins. Bids are obviously you bid on them. Buy it now, or bins are buy it nows. And this is a 1945 issue of Classics Illustrated Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. They did these cool, Classics Illustrated where they made comic versions of, classic novels, Robinson Crusoe, stuff like that I wasn't interested in. But this Frankenstein joint, I had to cop, bro. And it's from 1945. Listen to me now, believe me later on in the future. Some nice Blue Devil action. Metallo right there. That's the homie with kryptonite in his body. That's how he whoops on Superman. And that's the Blue Devil right there. And that's a $5 starting bid. So for $5, you start and you would say $5 in the chat tonight. I'm sorry, tomorrow night on Instagram. And then we've got who can replace Mark Spector's Moon Knight. This was a dope cover right here. This was the Virgin variant sketch cover of Civil War II, number 1. The classic Spidey with the hologram. See if I can get the hologram to show up on camera. A little bit. Spider-Man number 26, the green cover. Little bit. And what else we got? I got stuff for y'all. We got all kinds of Daredevils, bro. All kinds of Daredevils. All kinds of Spawns. Spawn variants. It's the all black and white Virgin variant. Got Spawn pencil drawn coming out of the fire right there. Popular issue right here, number 317 variant. Oh, this is something special here, y'all. This is something very, very special. I'll tell y'all about that. So there's a series of comics called Secret Warriors. It was written by Jonathan Hickman. It's the whole Nick Fury deal, all the super soldier stuff, Captain America stuff, all of that good stuff. Falcon and Winter Soldier, the stuff you're seeing on the show, Falcon and Winter Soldier stuff you're seeing on Loki, Secret Warriors 1 through 28. It's a full run. it stops at number 28. I painstakingly compiled the entire run over, however much time, and plus this is the one shot, so it's actually 29 comics. I'm selling all 28 comics, the whole thing, for $120. Let me tell you why that's amazing. All right. Issue 2, 4, 6, and 11, just alone, haven't really gone through and checked them all out, priced them all out, but these are some key issues right here. Alone, this is $35. This is the first cameo appearance of Shuri from the Black Panther. Y'all know Shuri. This is the first appearance of Leviathan Magdan. This is the first appearance of Madam Hydra, which, if you don't know, this is the first appearance of Contessa Fontaine, which is the chick from Seinfeld who came in at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier and at the end of the Black Widow movie, before she's like Madam Hydra. This is her first appearance right here. There's another dope run that I have for sale. It's called War of Kings. This is awesome, like mutant, cosmic, X-Men, Star-Lord, Black Bolt, Nova, like that whole Vulcan, like that whole shit. And it's a 6-issue. Come here, you bastard. It's a 6-issue miniseries. 1 through 6. Amazing coloring, amazing covers, dude. The art's crazy. So you get issue 1 through 6, War of Kings, $30 for 6 comics. War of Kings Ascension, the tie-in with Darkhawk, 1 through 4, $15. So you get all 10 comics, the entire War of Kings joint, for $45. Matter of fact, if you were to get both, all, yeah, I'd drop it to 40. So 1 through 6 for 30, 1 through 4 for 15, or all 10 for 40. If you're wondering how I'm talking about you buying these or selling these, on Instagram, I do live auctions where in the chat where I put up a price, you would type claim that price, and then I would, take your name, put it to the side. After the auction, I'll DM you and say, okay, here's all the things you claimed and what they cost. Do you want to send PayPal or Cash App or Chime or whatever method? You would send the money, then I would get your address, and the next day go to the post office and I ship you directly on like a 2-day priority rather, all the comics that you ordered and paid for that day. That's how that works on Instagram. Everybody knows it, big community. Just in the interest of, while I was on here and I had this, I'm doing this auction tomorrow, I'm giving you guys a preview of what's going to be on the auction. If you were so inclined or saw something you really wanted now that you don't want to have someone else buy or get the chance to buy at the auction, you can claim it right now in the chat. I'll DM you, we could handle payment and I'll mail it out to you. It'll never see the auction. But other than that, guys, just a preview. So we had a good show today. We talked about He-Man. We talked about a few things. We shot some new indie comics out there, man. So I hope y'all love that, and I hope y'all go check those out. Again, check me out tomorrow night, 7 p.m. on Instagram, 6th Element Comics. It's 6th_element_comics. And then, of course, Friday at 6 p.m. we'll see you guys on Fullblast Radio. So thank y'all for coming, man. I'm glad y'all stayed and hung out, man. We had a good time. So I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Good night.